Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of, you guessed it, the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. Now buckle up, because it's time for
T
liftoff.
minus 10, 9,
Come
8,
on,
7, 6,
countdown with me,
5,
folks.
4, 3, 2,
Come on.
1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name time on Vaughn Radio. It's a show with no name.
Come on.
Let's go.
Yes, amigos, welcome. Welcome to your show. That's right. It's the show with no name here on Vaughn Radio, and it's a pleasure to be with you for the next 2 hours, teaching you exciting, real English. Oh, yeah. None of that English teacher stuff. The real deal Holyfield. Lo auténtico. The stuff you're going to see in movies, hear in podcasts, read in novels, and find in pop culture in general. The English you need to survive. Yeah, of course, you need to know to have, to take, to make. But then, well, we also have our own code, as with any language. Our own expressions. I always say, either you're in the club or you're not. Because anybody can learn, the grammar. That's pretty easy, especially in English. But being understood and understanding everything that comes your way, well, that takes a little more effort. And you guys are making that effort every day here on Vaughn Radio. So thank you. Thank you very much. A nice round of applause for all of you who join us and learn English with us, whether it's here on the radio, in our master's program, or any of the different initiatives over at Grupo Vaughn. Remember, our website is grupovaughn.com, and also we've got social media. We're on all the different platforms out there. And right now, we've got some killer deals. So mosey on over. Toma, frase nativa. Mosey on over. Vete para allá. Date un paseo por ahí. Mosey on over to grupovaughn.com or any of our social media platforms and find out about all our special deals. All right. Are you ready for your first challenge? I know you are. It's the Say What soundbite.
Say what? What?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Say What soundbite. Also, a nice round of applause for all the students we're going to be hearing from on Thursday in our question of the week. Give it up for Chris, Valrol, Nudia, Born to Iron Man, Laura, Juanlu, K Roller Girl, Alberto, Christina Chicago, Anix, and Alfonso. Wow, wow, and wow. Tons of people participating. If you'd like to participate, you can. I mean, we're full. Estamos a tope. But I guess we can fit a couple more in. But you don't have much time. Remember, you have until the end of the day on Wednesday to send us your voice note. You can record it on your phone and send it to my email address, alonso@grupovon.com. And this week's question, are you a big spender or a big saver? Do you like to save your pennies for a rainy day? ¿Cómo va la canción y la expresión? La canción Material Girl, Madonna. Only boys that save their pennies make my rainy day. That's right. So, if you'd like to participate, you've got literally a few hours left, and we'll be hearing from all those amazing students in our weekly speaking section, the question of the week. And wow, I've got to say something. Kudos, folks. Kudos. Enhorabuena. We've been getting so much participation in that section. So keep it up. And what's happening is you guys are not just practicing your listening here every day, but every week you're practicing your speaking while talking about a different topic. What a wonderful way to practice, and you're practicing in front of your peers, tus iguales. And as I always say, if Alfonso makes a mistake, or Anix, or anyone, I'm just saying names, well, it's good for all of us to take note, because normally it's a mistake that any Spanish speaker speaking English would make. So participate in our question of the week if you haven't. As I said, keep it at around a minute, especially now, these days that we've got, 10, 12 different people participating. If it's 2 minutes, that's 24 minutes. If it's 1 minute each, then that's 12 minutes. And this way, well, obviously, we can do all the other content that I have planned for you every day. So let's kick off, like I said, with our Say What soundbite. This is awesome. This movie, this scene, this actor, oh my God. Wow. So you have a job to do. You're going to hear this 4 times, as you know. And your first job is to tell me what you heard, but in your own words. I want you to paraphrase. Okay, it's a guy who's angry because his mother, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. And then hopefully before the end of the show, or after the 3rd or sometimes 4th, depending on how many listens you need, hopefully you'll be able to give it to us word for word. All right, are you ready? Here's your Say What soundbite for the first time.
This anger, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughn Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English. and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughn Town. Lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to groupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughn Town. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. All right, folks, this is your pop quiz only on the show with no name. This is where we take a look at one of the many materials that you can pick up at Vaughn Tienda. And let me share the link with you over here. By the way, right now, if you are looking for some materials, you came to the right place because we have got everything you need and at a killer price. Yeah, seriously awesome prices. You've got Vaughn Express Principiante for $20.95. You've also got the Intermedio as well for $20.95. You've got a little bit of everything. You've got kids' books. You've got, let's see, I'm looking through the pages over here of the promotions. The Verb Circus, Kyle Miller's book, The Verb Circus, for €8.35. You've also got My First Dictionary. That's for the kids. Well, and not so kids. And that one is $6.25. You can pick that one up for $6.25. You've got Cuentos Alrededor del Mundo. And you've got all different countries. Each one is $6.25. What else have we got over here? A phrasal verb pack. So this is 3 books, 3 phrasal verb books for $23.65. You've got the Pack Intensivo 8 meses. That's an 8-month intensive course. Are you ready for this? For $10.45. I mean, this is, if you want to see a bargain, if you want to see a deal, you've got them all over the place here. I mean, this is incredible. And you know what the good thing is? It doesn't matter what you're into. Maybe you need kids' materials. We've got you covered. Habla inglés como un nativo. €10.47. El diccionario prohibido del inglés. $10.45. Canciones con animales. $6.25. Word maps. $12.54. I'm talking about some amazing deals here. Let's see, what else? You've got verbos clave to go, verbos clave can, verbos clave to make, to have, to get. And guess what? Each of those is €3.68. So you want to talk about some special deals? Mosey on over to groupovaughn.com. I imagine if you follow Vaughn on social media, they'll be sharing this as well, and you'll be able to find out more information there as well. So remember, we're on Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all that jazz. Just go on over to wherever the search function is over there, the search bar, and punch in Grupo Vaughn, and you'll be able to find us. Also, we have a newsletter too, if you want to get this information right in your inbox. But today we're going to take a look at something. Well, since we've got a long weekend up ahead, some of you might be going away. Others might be doing a staycation like myself. In fact, I've got a bachelor party this coming weekend, despedida de soltero, a bachelor party this coming weekend. La de chicas, we call a bachelorette party. Unless you're British, then you call it a hen party and a stag party. Yeah, they call it, we say bachelor, bachelorette, depending, and they say hen para las chicas and stag para los chicos. Now, am I looking forward to it? Yeah, maybe. Kinda. Nah. As you guys know, I'm not a very social guy. I don't go out very much, but I am looking forward to next Tuesday. That is the 5th of May, el 5 de mayo. We've got our Vaughn Radio Trivia Night. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be hosted by Rob and Andy. They are the hosts of the Lunchtime Show, and we're going to have a blast. So jot it down. If you're in Madrid and you can make it, I'll see you there. Richard's going to be there. Kyle, all of us go because it's, it's a special night where we all get together once a month. And so the 5th of May, 2026, and it is at the Toast Tap Room, which is conveniently located in Malasaña. It kicks off at 8 p.m., and I would get there a little bit earlier. In fact, I'm going to get there. I finish up a class, and then I'm going to run over there. I take public transport, so it's going to take me over an hour, but it's worth it. Vale la pena, because I always have a good time hanging out with my friends here on Vaughn Radio, and also my friends, you guys, the students. It's always a special night. I would go as far as to say a magical night. Any of you who have been to our trivia night, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is a free event, so you don't have to spend any money. I mean, of course, if you want something to eat or something to drink, well, obviously, I don't know anywhere where that's free. Well, maybe a soup kitchen. Do you know this word? I know we've looked at it before. A soup kitchen is cocina de caridad. What do you call it? Soup kitchen. Soup kitchen, porque muchas veces en Estados Unidos hacen sopa. Comedor social o comunitario. It's a place where, well, you serve people who are in need. But it's not that. So, but either way, the prices are pretty reasonable. The food is pretty decent as well. And it's going to be a great time. But that's up to you. Hey, if you're not hungry, if you're not thirsty, you can just go there and participate as well. No one's going to ask you for anything. And of course, if it's your first time coming, introduce yourself. Preséntate. As I always say, we love to meet you guys. One of the greatest parts of our job, I think, is when we get to hang out with you guys and when we get feedback from you guys. Because, well, who do we do the show for? You guys, right? We do, of course, we do it because we get a paycheck, right? Nos pagan, but really? I mean, we're doing it for you. When every time I'm creating a script or a sound bite or whatever it might be, I always ask myself the question, this simple question: are they going to like this? Is this too easy? Is this too hard? So I always, and all of us always have you in mind. In fact, to quote a song, you are always on our minds. You are always on our minds. So we'll see you there. See you there. It's on the 5th. And also take advantage of those amazing deals. I just shared the link with you. It's a great way to pick up some awesome amazing materials to get ready for the summer, which is creeping up on us quickly. All right, so are you ready? This is from our book, Inglés para Viajar. It's an amazing book. It's got everything you need from going through customs, right? Eso es aduana, going through customs, lost and found, objetos perdidos, passport control, and all that stuff that you need to know, especially if you like to travel internationally. All right, are you ready? Everybody listen carefully. And of course, I'm going to have a couple questions for you afterwards.
Key grammar for getting lost.
The right direction or the wrong direction. ¿Voy bien o voy mal?
Am I going in the right direction or in the wrong direction?
¿Voy bien para ir a la playa?
Is this the right direction to the beach?
Perdone, estoy buscando el centro de la ciudad. ¿Voy bien?
Sorry, I'm looking for the city center. Is this the right direction?
¿Estás buscando la iglesia? Vas mal.
Are you looking for the church? You're going in the wrong direction.
Disculpe, estoy buscando el banco más cercano. ¿Voy bien?
Excuse me, I'm looking for the nearest bank. Am I going in the right direction? Key grammar for getting lost.
¿Cuánto se tarda? How long does it take? ¿Cuánto se tarda en llegar al parque?
How long does it take to get to the park?
¿Cuánto se tarda en llegar a la comisaría?
How long does it take to get to the police station?
¿Cuánto se tarda en llegar a la iglesia?
How long does it take to get to the church?
Perdone, pero ¿cuánto se tarda en llegar al restaurante?
Sorry, but how long does it take to get to the restaurant?
Disculpe, estoy buscando el centro comercial más cercano. ¿Cuánto se tarda en llegar ahí?
Excuse me, I'm looking for the nearest shopping center. How long does it take to get there? Key vocabulary for all inclusives. Viajes todo incluido. Beach. Playa. Bracelet. Pulsera. Lifeguard. Socorrista. Parasol. Sombrilla. Sunglasses. Gafas de sol. Deck chair. Tumbona. Sunscreen. Crema protectora. Shade. Sombra. Pool. Piscina. Resort. Resort. On vacation. De vacaciones. To relax. Relajarse. To rest. Descansar. Key phrases for making choices on vacation.
Tantas elecciones a tu disposición. Con esta pulsera tienes acceso a todos nuestros comedores.
With this bracelet, you have access to all of our dining facilities.
La cena empieza a las 6:30 y termina a las 9.
Dinner starts at 6:30 and ends at 9.
Si necesitas sombra, pide una sombrilla en la recepción.
If you need some shade, ask for a parasol at reception.
Si te interesa, hay un recorrido a las 2.
If you're interested, there's a tour at 2.
Tenemos espectáculo en directo cada noche.
We have live entertainment every night.
Puedes elegir cualquier toalla de playa que quieras.
You can choose whichever beach towel you like.
El socorrista debería tener crema protectora.
The lifeguard should have sunscreen.
Pídele una tumbona al socorrista.
Ask the lifeguard for a deck chair.
El bar está abierto desde las 11 de la mañana hasta medianoche.
The bar is open from 11 in the morning to midnight.
Pregúntale a tu animadora las opciones de entretenimiento para niños.
Ask your holiday rep for children's entertainment options.
All right, folks. Well, there you go. Wow. Some really useful vocabulary for your next trip with the summer approaching. Que se avecina. We say the summer is approaching. And whether you're going to go to a quiet little cove, ¿te sabes esta? Una cala, una playa pequeñita, a cove. Or whether you're going to be going to some huge mega resort, this is vocabulary you need to know. All right, folks, we're going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with much more Show with No Name. So stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. This is part 2 of today's Show with No Name. Wow, we really flew through the first part of today's show. And man, have we got a lot of stuff to do in the second part of today's show, third and fourth part. So take notes. Well, I can tell you in 1 2-hour period, 1 2-hour radio show, class, podcast, call it what you will, we go through a lot of stuff. I know because I've got it right in front of me. And that's the stuff I have scripted, guionizado. Never mind all the stuff that, comes from what we're doing, from the moment. All right, here's what I want from you. Number 1, ¿cuánto se tarda en llegar a la comisaría? ¿Cuánto se tarda en llegar a la comisaría? ¿Comisaría? Is that how you say it? ¿Dónde están los polis? The next one. ¿Cuán lejos, para ser formalito, cuán lejos es la estación de policía o la comisaría de el centro comercial? So the first one we're asking about time. The second one we're asking about distance, kilometers or miles, okay? And the third one, I want you to use ida y vuelta, because we've got solo la ida, right? When you reserve airfare, you get a ticket to fly somewhere, you get a flight, un vuelo. Well, they ask you, ida o ida y vuelta. Okay, so number 1, ¿cuánto se tarda en llegar a la comisaría? Number 2, ¿cuán lejos es la comisaría del centro comercial? And the last one, use ida y vuelta in context. Those are your 3 challenges in today's pop quiz. Plus, I see we've got tons of people participating in our Say What soundbite as well. So let's hear that for the second time, and then we'll take a look at your answers. Is everybody ready? Here goes.
This anger, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend Because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit. That's right, folks. You can pick up any of my 5 books over at Von Tienda, plus a lot of those amazing offers I just told you about. I sent the link to you here in the group. If not, again, you can follow us on social media and or subscribe to our newsletter. And this way you'll know what we want you to know, such as our upcoming events like the trivia night, special deals, and they even share some content with you as well. So follow Vaughn if you use social media, if that's your thing. I know fewer and fewer people are using it these days. I think there's a bit of a backlash, right? People are sick of the digital world a little bit, at least in my circle of friends. People are like, yeah, it's the same stuff over and over. It's AI slop. Esto es como la palabra del momento. Bazofia de IA. Like, when you open it up and you see 2 real pictures and 20 AI images, well, of course, it's going to cause backlash, just like everything, right? But hey, still, I know there are a lot of people who use social media. It's part of their day. And well, if you're on any of those platforms that I just mentioned, well, you can find Grupo Von, as with most companies. In fact, I think those are the ones who use it most now, right? That's kind of why I don't use it very much, because every time I open up Instagram, it's like Adidas, Real Madrid. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to be sold anything. And I remember when social media used to be social. Yeah, it used to be where you could see what your friends were doing. Remember when it was fun and it wasn't like a marketing tool? So I guess I'm not alone. Many people are in that situation. In fact, I know now, like some of my friends, my cousins, they used to post every day. Here I am going to the bathroom. Just had some toast with avocado. Delicious. Great stuff. And they don't post anymore. Now, I don't know if they're there just, looking and, observing, but crickets, again, tons of companies are on there. But hey, that's the way it has evolved, or should I say devolved? Hey, that's up to you. That's just my opinion, my humble opinion on social media. I used to enjoy it. A lot. And I used to love, being able to interact with everybody. But that is very different than what it is today. Today it's become kind of a place where people insult each other. People are selling you stuff. It's like a bazaar over in Calcutta with an unnatural place. So, hey, but I get it. I get it. A lot of people still use it. And like I just said, especially companies, because, well, that's, they got to be where the people are. And even though people use it less, people still use social media to get their news, to get their football scores, or whatever it is that you're looking for out there in life. All right, let's see. We've got some friends checking in with us here in our virtual chat room. What's up? Born to Iron Man is in the house. What's up, Born to Iron Man? Welcome aboard. He says, hi, friends. What's up, amigo? Great to have you with us. There's Born to Iron Man saying, happy birthday, Chris. Oh, Chris, it's your birthday today? I thought we celebrated it like less than a year ago. Oh, wow. Well, if that's the case, happy birthday. Then I've got it in my calendar. I've got it all wrong, because I've got most of your birthdays, especially if you're regular listeners. I've got your birthdays in my calendar. So, wow. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Chris. I'm surprised I didn't know that information. I know Laura's birthday is coming up soon. In fact, jot it down, guys. Laura's birthday is May 14th. Right or wrong, Laura? See, I told you I've got them written down. So it's weird that I don't have yours, Chris. I thought I did have it written down. All right. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And there she is. Speaking of, she says, hiya, what's cooking, good looking? Vamos a darle un totally native. Que se cuece, guapos? What's cooking, good looking? I love it. Welcome, Chris, and Born to Iron Man. There's Elena, speaking of amazing students. And Elena says, hello there, ready and willing, friends. Toma, otro totally native. Porque una cosa es decir, I'm ready. Otra cosa es decir, I'm willing. Y otra cosa es la frase hecha, I'm ready and willing. Dispuesto y lista. Awesome. Elena, great to have you with us. Chris Valrol says, thanks, BTI. My birthday is in February. Okay. I thought I was going crazy. Well, crazier. She says, my birthday is in February. I don't know why Facebook says it's today. Another friend congratulated me earlier. Well, Chris, I think I know why. Well, if you did what I did, anytime Google or Facebook or, Real Madrid, Club de Fans, any of these people ask me what my birthday is, I lie. You don't need to know my birthday. Why do you need to know my birthday? It's none of your business. So I never give my real birthday. In fact, a lot of times I don't give my real phone number. I'm not ready and willing, to use Elena's expression there. I'm not ready and willing to give my information to anybody. So maybe you did what I did, because the same thing happens to me. All of a sudden in October, or no sé cuándo es, whenever I told Facebook that it was my birthday, which I don't even use, pero bueno, hay gente que me sigue viendo ahí. I don't know how, I don't know. But people are like, happy birthday. I'm like, okay, now I know you're not my real friend. Just a Facebook friend. So maybe that's what you did, Chris. You throw off the algorithm there, no? Desconciertas el algoritmo. All right. So, happy non-birthday, Chris Valrol. There's lovely Laura. Hey, speaking of, I just mentioned your name, Laura. And she says, good morning, lovely show with no namers. Happy to be able to stick around for a while. There it is, our favorite phrasal verb. Stick around. Quedarme por aquí. Excellent job. All right, let's take a look over here. We've got so many people participating. And again, thanks to all of you who have participated in the question of the week. We have had so much participation lately. Honestly, I am very, very proud of all of you, not just for doing it, but for taking the time to think about what you want to say, recording it, sending it to me in an email. Hey, Alberto, wishing you the best. Thank you. It's not wasted on me. I realize that it takes time, effort, and energy to participate, and I really appreciate that. And keep it up. The result, you're all gaining confidence when it comes time to speak in English. All right, let's see. Elena's got something to say about today's Say What soundbite. She says, I heard the raspy voice. Te lo echo a posta para que sepas, raspy. Áspero, you say, maybe? That sounds similar. Raspy, áspero. I heard the raspy voice of a male American man. Bueno, es un poco redundante, el male and man, right? Macho, hombre. So, te lo pongo. I heard the raspy voice of an American man or an American male telling us the story of an orphan in a basket he came across in the middle of the desert. Wow. I couldn't have summed it up better myself. No lo podía haber resumido mejor yo mismo. So, wow. Awesome. Awesome job, Elena. You got the gist of it. You got the point, como vimos el otro día. Remember the joke? What's the difference between a pen and a politician? A pen has a point. Tiene punto, tiene algo que decir, un mensaje. So you got the main idea, you got the point. Excellent, Elena, and you expressed it beautifully. Let's see, K Roller Girl. Hey, guys, by the way, give it up for K Roller Girl. This is her first time. On Thursday, it'll be her first time participating in our question of the week. And you did a great job, K Roller Girl. I just listened to it this morning when I was putting it into my soundboard. So awesome. Awesome stuff. And she says, it seems as a manipulative person who uses people in vulnerable situations to achieve his goals, whatever it takes. In this case, to buy land. Absolutely. Wow. All of your observations are on point. Clavadísimo. Muy bien, eh? Excellent. Let's see. Laura. Laura says, when I read Born to Iron Man's message, my heart skipped a beat for a moment, and I thought I had forgotten about Chris's birthday, even if I know it's in February. Yeah, Born to Iron Man, you threw us all off this morning. All right, well, he didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, for me too. I was like, do I have it written down incorrectly? Have I lost track of time? He perdido la noción del tiempo. And yeah, Elena says, I remember. We celebrated it not long ago. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Has a whole year gone by? Ya se ha pasado un año? And I was like, wow, it doesn't feel like a year. All right, let's see. Laura has something to say regarding today's Say What soundbite. I heard the malicious voice. Great way to describe it. Yeah, malicious. I heard the malicious voice of an American actor in a scene from a movie. Absolutely. He says he took advantage of a sweet orphan to get some land. Absolutely. Wow. And there's some good words there. The word orphan, huérfano. And an orphan, it is at an orphanage. So el sitio is an orphanage, and the kid, the person, is an orphan. And let me tell you something about the actor. The actor's British, but he does an American accent like nobody. Okay, so I'll tell you, pero tenéis la razón porque el personaje sí que es americano. But whoa, I've never heard an actor, maybe Gary Oldman as well, but it's hard. British actors doing American accents, American actors doing British accents. You want to hear the worst British accent ever? And I'm not criticizing him as a performer. Dick Van Dyke, one of the most talented singer, dancer, actors in the world. Mary Poppins. Yeah, but his British English is horrible. It's notoriously bad. It is like, if you want to see an example of how not to do a British accent, watch Mary Poppins, obviously, in its original version. But this guy could have fooled me. Vamos, a mí me tenía engañado. So, excellent, wonderful, wonderful observations, I've got to say. All right, Chris Valrol says, I heard an American man with a raspy and disturbing, yes, perturbador, ¿no? Te deja inquieto, inquietante, a disturbing voice. Really good adjectives today, folks. He's relaying the story of a basket abandoned in the desert. Absolutely. Wow. Wow and wow. Hey, I've got to say something. I couldn't have described it better myself. So kudos to all of you who told us, who paraphrased what you heard in the Say What soundbite. Now your next job, and you have 2 more listens, is to jot it down word for word. I'm sure someone is going to get it, if not a few different people. All right, let's see. Laura's participating in our pop quiz. She says, how long does it take to get to the police office? The police office or the police station, we say. The police office or the police station, yo diría, pero police office, and people would understand you, right? The next one, how far is the police station, ahora sí, from the shopping center? Muy bien. How far is, so the first one, how long does it take to get there? It takes 20 minutes to get there. And how far is it? It's 20 kilometers away. So you see the difference there? One, how long, we're asking about the time it takes to get there. When we say how far, we're asking about the kilometers or miles, whatever you use. All right, great job, Laura. And the last one, she says, I need a return ticket, please. Now, that's the British way to say it, and it's correct, right? In American English, we say a one-way ticket tiene significado de un sentido, one-way ticket. And we say a round trip, que también tiene sentido en inglés, ¿no? Viaje redondo, o sea, vas y vuelves. Ahora, en español no puede ser más fácil. Ida y vuelta. Done. So, yes, the British say, they say a return ticket or a return flight, okay? But for us in my country, we would say round trip. Just be aware, you can use whatever one you want. Just know that we don't express that idea in the same way. So I need a return ticket, please, or a round trip ticket. Excellent job, Laura. Let's see, Elena. How long does it take to get to the police station? Perfect. How far is it to the mall police station? Oh, nos falta so. How far is it from the mall to the police station? Si usamos esa estructura, how far is it from tal to tal? Or how far is tal from tal? Okay, so you have 2 options there. Just be careful, okay? So how far is it from the mall to the police station? Si usamos esa estructura, okay? The next one, I need round trip. Nos falta la A. I need a round trip to Los Angeles, please. Great. Hacemos esos ajustes, those little adjustments there that'll make our English sound perfect. All right, let's see. Born to Iron Man. He says, how long does it take to get to the police station? Perfect. The next one, how far is the police station from the shopping mall? Perfect. And may I get a round trip ticket to the moon? I love it. I hope you're coming back. Yeah. May I get a round trip ticket to the moon? All right. Excellent job. Wow. So many people participating. There's Chris Valrol. She's got something to say about today's pop quiz. She says, how long does it take to get to the police station? Perfect. How far is the mall from the police the police station? Te lo termino. How far is the mall from the police station? Or how far is it from the mall to the police station? So eso otra vez va a depender de la estructura que uses. Pero one is, how far is the mall from the police station? Or how far is it from the mall to the police station? Esas son tus 2 opciones ahí. All right, and the last one. When I go to Madrid, I usually book a round trip. Perfecto. Excellent. Wow. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, Elena, it looks like you got today's Say What soundbite. Now, there's one word that's off. Una palabra, and it's the word stealing. Okay, it sounds, y te digo algo, te lo juro, yo pensé que era stealing también. Pero la palabra que buscamos, y os ayudo aquí, is not stealing, sino dealings. And dealings are tratos, negocios, right? Transacciones. Okay? So, but great, excellent job, Elena. We're just going to make a little adjustment, que también otra vez, yo al principio digo, ¿dice dealings or stealings? Right? Pero claro, como la letra delante es una S, pues se une con eso. Okay? But that's a pretty tough one. But wonderful job. You are on point. All right, let's see. Laura says, I can't wait to hear K Roller Girl's voice. She's got a wonderful voice, and she did a wonderful job in tomorrow's question of the week, which, as I said, you still have time if you'd like to participate. But don't sleep on it, because you know how this works. Just like everything, deadlines are always approaching. Deadlines. You say fecha límite. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. We are halfway through the show. Can't believe it. Thank you so much for all of your participation. Also, I'll take a minute to urge you to go over to our website, grupovon.com, and take a look at all the amazing deals we've got going on right now. Go to grupovon.com, then go to Von Tienda, and then there you'll see ofertas. I sent you the link either way, so if you're in the chat room with us, well, then you'll be able to find all that information just one click away. A un solo clic. All right, folks, we'll be right back with much more Show with No Name. So let's say our favorite phrasal verb together in 3, 2, 1. Stick around. Yes. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the second half. I can't believe it. It's the second half of today's Show with No Name on Vaughn Radio. Don't forget, listen to all the other amazing programs you can find here on the Vaughn Radio app. You can download it on your smartphone. You've got The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams, a master class with Fitz, and No Excuses. Speaking with Confidence with Ale. The Lunchtime Show with Rob and Andy, the hosts of our upcoming Trivia Night. You've also got Speaking with Confidence with Ale, which I already said. Well, you can listen to it twice. Why not? It's an awesome show. You've also got Speak English with Ruby. Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. And The Salad with Dave Boys, talking about the OG, the original gangsta. OG, as we say. Also, a couple things I wanted to highlight from Inglés para Viajar, which slipped my mind. We had so many comments that it slipped my mind. This is a totally native way of saying se me fue, right? It slipped, como resbalar. It slipped my mind. We looked at the word crema solar, sunscreen or sunblock. You can say either one, sunscreen or sunblock. Cuidado con la palabra resort. Aunque es una S, suena como una Z. Resort. Resort. No resort. Y de hecho es recurrir a. I guess we'll have to resort to a resort. Tendremos que recurrir a un resort. All right? Also, another common mistake I've heard so many times, I have holidays. No, I have holiday. I have vacation, right? I'm on holiday. I'm on vacation. Sé que en español es vacaciones. Y cuidado con la pronunciación. It's not vacation. It's not va. It's vacation. De hecho, vosotros decís vacas. We say vacay, right? When are you going on vacay? En ambos casos, no usamos una S. No se emplea una S ahí. We looked at the word relax, to chill out. O el híbrido, to chillax. Yeah, chillax is a mix of chill out and relax. One of my favorites is R&R. A lot of times when you're on vacation, you're looking for a little R&R. No, in this case, it's not rock and roll. It's rest and relaxation. Also, we looked at the word parasol. Parasol is an umbrella, but the one that's used, the one that you carry if it's sunny. Okay, the one on the beach is called an umbrella. Bueno, a beach umbrella. Okay, so you've got umbrellas for the rain. You've got beach umbrellas that you put in the sand. And then the one that the Asian ladies carry around, because they're not into getting sun, if you haven't noticed, is a parasol. Okay. And then another word, too, that is very interesting, the word lifeguard. Cuidado, no es lifeguard, right? It's lifeguard. Lifeguard. Fíjate, imagínate la palabra sin la U. A lo mejor te ayuda, ¿no? Porque cuántas veces he oído Guardians of the Galaxy. No, Guardians. So lifeguard. Not to be confused with a lifesaver. Well, a lifeguard is salvavidas, no? Socorrista. But a lifesaver is what you find around the pool. Flotador salvavidas. So they both have the word life in them, como en español, salvavidas. So one is lifeguard, the person, and the lifesaver is what they throw you if you're, God forbid, drowning. All right, there you go, amigos. Just a few things I wanted to clear up from that audio. I hope you'll put it into practice on your next vacay. All right, it's time for another challenge. It's homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name. The show with no name.
All right, my amigos, it is time for homophones. This is where we look at two words. Sometimes they have several meanings. And what I want to know is A, what the words are, and B, if they sound exactly the same or not. All right, the first word is ruta o camino. Hey, we were talking about traveling. So, ruta, camino, trayecto, itinerario. Wow, very rich word there, right? It's also as a verb, enviar o mandar algo, dirigir, orientar, encaminar. If you think about it, si es camino, pues es encaminar, right? As you know many times in English, we can take a noun and we can verbify it. So the first word, ruta, camino, trayecto, itinerario, como verbo, mandar, encaminar. Okay, that is number one. And the second one is something that grows in plants, but we also use it in the figurative sense, and that is raíz. Raíz, okay? Origen también, if we're talking about it in the figurative sense of the word, right? Raíz lingüística, raíz, ¿no? De dónde viene tu familia, de dónde viene un tipo de música, right? También en la matemática, raíz as well. And also it is to apoyar. Okay, si añadimos el for, es apoyar. Okay, alentar, you could also say. All right, those are your two words. What are they? I think they're words that are pretty pretty well-known words. Today, they're not obscure words. So what are those words? And do the words sound exactly the same or not? That if I didn't give you context, you would have no idea which one I was referring to. All right, those are your homophones. Let me also give you your Say What soundbite. Here it is for the third time. That word is not stealings, it's dealings, but don't worry, it sounds like stealings. The only thing is stealings is not a word. So stealing nunca cogese, no es un verbo en el gerundio en este caso. So, so this one, I did two things. I used process of elimination in the case, and I also looked it up. Digo, mira, voy a buscarlo y veremos. All right, here we go. Here it is for the third time.
This anger, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, grupovon.com. That's where you can find out all the information you need about our upcoming events. You can get content and find out about all the special deals we've got going on. I urge you to go over there and take a look around. All right, let's see. We've got some students participating in our homophones section, and Elena gives us the two words correctly, and she says they are not homophones. Laura gives us the two words, and she says they don't sound alike. Let's see. Elena, she says, but the first one has two pronunciations, doesn't it? Oh, this is getting interesting. Let's see. Born to Iron Man. He says they are homophones. Daniela says are homophones in British English. Okay. Christina says they are not homophones, or maybe they are. Well, what if I were to tell you you're all right? Elena, you caught me. Me has pillado ahí, Elena. All right. Yeah, well, you're all right. Todos tenéis la razón hoy. Now, we need to know the difference and how, why it's pronounced one way in one place and in another way, in another place it's pronounced differently. So the first word, que es ruta, itinerario, right? We said it's got many, many meanings there. In American English, it's route, right? We have to take an alternate route. Okay, but it's interesting because then we say Route 66. We don't say Route 66. But most of the time, except for a couple exceptions, in the United States, that word is pronounced route. Okay, we took a different route to work today. Now, in British English, it's route all the time, not just Route 66, but it's always route. And that second word doesn't matter where you're from, it's always pronounced route. So absolutely, Daniela said, in British English, they are homophones, route and route. But in American English, most of the time, again, there are exceptions, they are not homophones. Wow. Impressive, folks. So, yeah, the difference between also router and router, right? In the United States, it's a router. In British English, it's a router. They say it like you in Spanish. ¿Y por qué? Because what does it do? It encamina, ¿no? Encamina al Internet, dirige la señal, right? That's why it's called it. So, again, let's review it. The first word in British English is route. In American English, it's normally route. There are exceptions. And that second word doesn't matter where you're from. It's always route, right? Route. And as we said, it's not just raíz, right? The root of the problem. It's also to root for. And as always, as your teacher, I'm always rooting for you, no matter what route or route you take. Excellent job, folks. All right, it is time now for today's news report.
This is the news report on the show with no name, bringing you the latest breaking news. I'm Alberto Alonso, reporting live.
That's right, folks. All right, this story takes us to Benidorm. Yeah, Benidorm. Hey, we're talking about holiday vacation. Well, Benidorm, that's the place. In fact, we bring it back full circle. My bachelor party was in Benidorm. Right. The Spanish Las Vegas. So, yeah, Benidorm. I hadn't been there before. But, the guys who organized my my bachelor party decided to blindfold me and take me to Benidorm. So, 2 British men were arrested. You can say detained. No, les detuvieron. They were detained, they were arrested, they were busted. Para usar la palabra más nativa. In Benidorm for staging a fake kidnapping. Okay? Kidnapping. Secuestro. And to stage is to orchestrate. Okay? So they staged or orchestrated a fake kidnapping, and their objective, their aim, was to get £725 ransom. Ransom es rescate. Bueno, rescatar is to rescue, pero dinero que tienes que pagar para que te devuelven alguien o algo is a ransom. Okay? Now, you heard correctly. £725. What can you get with that? Hombre, si vas a pedir, pide mucho. I guess they didn't think that their relatives, their loved ones would value them very much. I said, ask them for £725. Not 700, not 800, 725 pounds, British pounds. And basically, they wanted to extract this money from a relative, a loved one. And their goal was to fund an extended holiday in their resort. So they didn't want to go home. They said, oh, we're having a great time here. This is wonderful. I love this resort. You know, we've got beer running all day from the draft, desde el grifo. And then one guy said to the other one, he goes, hey, all right, mate. Well, you know, how much do we need if we want to stay another 3 days? Si te queremos quedar nosotros 3 días, ¿qué necesitamos? And the other guy did the math. I'm imagining all this and said, well, mate, around 725 pound quid, como dicen, 725 quid. He goes, all right, well, why don't we see if we can fake a kidnapping? Because nothing will go wrong there. Well, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Now, these men were not 20-somethings. No, one of them was 37 and the other one was 51. Hey, if you haven't learned by that period, by that stage in your life, you're never going to learn. And, they were accused and arrested for simulation of a crime. And this provocó, trigger es gatillo, pero también es provocar. a major police response, including special units that came in from Madrid. So, yeah, you could say their plan backfired. Well, this pair of guys sent a relative in the UK a bogus video. Bogus is another way of saying fake. And it showed one man appearing blood-covered, lleno de sangre, and terrified, being threatened with a knife by the other guy who was off camera. He was posing as the kidnapper. And then there were audio recordings of ransom demands, okay, rescate as we said, saying that the hostage, Ren, I think you say Ren, the hostage, no hostage, sino hostage, would be killed unless they transferred 725 quid to a specified bank account. Well, naturally, the family members were panicking. So they alerted UK authorities. They passed the tip on to Interpol, right? The big unified police force. And the Spanish National Police in Alicante launched an urgent investigation to find out what was going on. Because obviously, if there was a real abduction, otra forma de decirlo, or kidnapping in Benidorm, well, they had to put an end to it right there. They had to nip it in the bud, cortarlo por la raíz. Fíjate, hemos visto la palabra raíz. So all available local police resources, were mobilized, and they went in to see what was going on. Then officers established direct contact with the relative. They obtained photos, further details, and they pinpointed, ubicaron, the hotel where the supposed kidnapper had checked in. And, well, they were preparing to raid the hotel, hacer una redada, when officers spotted the two men exiting the building together. And they were chatting amicably, amigo, amicably, and they appeared totally relaxed. Didn't look anything like a hostage scenario. Finally, the police intercepted them, identified them, and determined that the kidnapping was staged. It was bogus, como vimos, bogus se escribe. Both were arrested for simulating a crime and fraud. Then they were fingerprinted at a nearby police station. And, well, the rest is history. Of course, those men won't be going back to that resort, at least. They're going to be at a different resort. Yeah, a nice resort called the Penitentiary. Oh, yeah. And the hotel asked not to be named. Yeah, the hotel was like, please leave us out of it. We had nothing to do with this. So, man, not the sharpest tools in the shed. No son los tíos más listos. All right, we've got more to do, so let's move right into today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
Here we go, folks. This is round one of today's Spelling Bee. Here we go. The first word is AIRCRAFT space CARRIER. The next one is USS space ENTR. Excuse me, let me start that one again. USS space ENTER PRISE. The next one is NUCLEAR hyphen POWERED. The fourth one, SUEZ space CANAL. The fifth one is RED space SEA. And the last one is MEDITERRANEAN space SEA. All right, there we go. So we've got some radar blips going up in the background there. Some radar blips. I guess that has something to do with what we're looking at. Also, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for lovely Laura. She got the Say What soundbite along with Elena. Now we got the right word over there. Dealings. Dealings. Awesome job, Elena and Laura. All right. I'm going to give you round two in just a second, just because, well, we don't have too much time before our next commercial break, and I want to slow down considerably. Let's take a look. Born to Iron Man. Let's see. The first one's correct. The second one is correct. The third, fourth, fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, Born to Iron Man. All right. Here's round two. The first word is AIRCRAFT space CARRIER. The second one is USS space ENTERPRISE. The third one, NUCLEAR hyphen POWERED. The fourth one, SUEZ space CANAL. The fifth one is RED space SEA. And the last one is MEDITERRANEAN space SEA. Folks, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. Nice. We've got two winners in today's Spelling Bee. Born to Iron Man and Chris Valrol knocking it out of the park. Wow. You guys are on a roll today. Esto es otra forma de decir on fire. You are on a roll. And when we come back, we're going to let the good times roll. Hablando de roll, vamos a hacer que siga el buen rollo. Let the good times roll, amigos, as we learn English and have fun together. We'll be right back with the fourth and final part of today's show. So, stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the fourth and final part of today's show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. Thank you so much for joining us here on the show with no name. And don't forget to listen to all our other amazing programs. All you have to do is download the free Vaughn Radio app, and you can learn English with us for free. You've also got tons of special deals going on right now at Vaughn Tienda. I mean, I'm talking about amazing deals. Some materials are just $1. €1. Oh my Lord. You can get business letter 1 for €1.50. It is a book that teaches you how to write emails and business letters. You can get business letters 3 also for €1.50. I mean, what a deal. You've got Tu Profesor en Casa, Principiante, €10.45. You've also got the intermediate level. You've got a whole pack of books. A ver cuántos hay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. Se llama Pack Los Imprescindibles. 8 books. Are you ready? For €21.90. Do the math, because I can't. Well, I can if I use my calculator. Also, you've got English for Sport, available for $6.25. Habla inglés como un nativo, €3.60. Or 16, excuse me. Bueno, te ahorras 40 céntimos más de lo que acabo de decir. Either way, go to grupovon.com, then search for Von Tienda, and then you'll find all these under promociones. I've just shared the link with you so you can get there in one quick click. Hey, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. All right, are you ready for another challenge? Of course you are. It's time for today's Double Trouble. Yeah.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
Oh, wait. Did I say double trouble? Oh, man. Nope. No. It's a triple trouble. Sorry. Hey, but I know you guys can handle it. You're gonna get it. Don't worry. All right. In fact, we just looked at one of these phrasal verbs recently on the show. So, here we go. Deberías controlar / llevar la cuenta de las pistas de audio, digo, ¿ok? So, deberías controlar / llevar la cuenta de las pistas de audio. Aunque eres del barrio peligroso / marginado. This is a triple trouble, meaning you've got to use the same word 3 times in this translation. So, again, I think the first one we've looked at a few times recently. So you should know that first one. In fact, when we looked at it, I said you need to know this phrasal verb no matter what. ¿No? Porque todos controlamos o llevamos la cuenta de algo, ¿no? Tu cuenta bancaria, tus gastos, tus calorías, whatever it may be. Do you remember now? All right. So, deberías controlar / llevar la cuenta de las pistas de audio, no digo clues, pistas, así, las pistas de audio, aunque eres del barrio peligroso o barrio marginado, no, would be, I think, another way to say that. So there you go, my amigos. You want me to give you a clue? I can give you a clue if you'd like. There's a little audio clue for you. All right. Hey, I can't do any more than that. Also, let me give you today's Say What soundbite. Again, congrats to Elena and Laura. They already got it. Let's see if you can join them on the podium. Here it is for the 4th and final time.
It's anger, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land.
Me pregunta el del chiringuito si quiero hacer kitesurf o wakeboard, o si prefiero tomarme un bitter cass antes. Me acaba de decir 5 palabras en inglés. Kite, que significa cometa, surf, que es obviamente hacer surf, pero también significa oleaje. Wake, que es estela, en este caso la estela del barco. Board es tabla y bitter es amargo. Y justo antes, cuando le pregunté si hablaba inglés, me dijo,
Pero patatero.
sabemos mucho más inglés de lo que creemos. Solo nos falta asimilarlo y situarlo. Aprende a aprender inglés en cualquier lugar con This Book is the Milk y su secuela, This Book is the Milk 2. Te enseñaremos cómo enfocar el inglés, aprovechando todo el inglés que tenemos alrededor y de una manera divertida y adictiva. The Remilk ahora se llama This Book is the Milk 2 y viene con audio y nueva portada. Descúbrelos ya en vaughantienda.com.
That's right, amigos. Von Tienda, tons of special deals. Check it out. All right, let's check out today's Triple Trouble. Let's see if it gave you trouble or if you were able to figure it out. Let's see. The first person to take a stab at it is Chris Valrol. And she says, you should keep track of the audio tracks, even though you're from the wrong side of the tracks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. Wow. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. She says you should keep track of. Remember, we looked at that recently. You need to know that one. Okay? If you don't keep track of any other phrasal verbs, keep track of that one. Okay? Because it's something we all do in some way or another, right? To keep track of something. Controlar, mantener la cuenta. So you should keep track of the audio tracks, even though, aunque, you're from the wrong side of the tracks. Wow, wow, and wow. To be from the wrong side of the tracks or the other side of the tracks, se puede decir de las dos formas. O sea, piensas, vives en el otro lado de la vía de tren, ¿no? No vives en el pueblo, en la parte donde vive todo el mundo. You get it? So the wrong side or the other side of the tracks means a neighborhood that's not as safe, not as prosperous, not as thriving, to use another word. So wow, wow, and wow. Incredible, Chris. Let's see. Born to Iron Man also took a stab at it. And he says, you should keep track of the tracks, though you are from the wrong side of the tracks. Wow, that's two. Elena, you should keep track of the audio tracks, although you're from the wrong side of the tracks. Impressive. What can I say except, wow. I always bet on you, but I'm like, ooh, este sí que les va a costar. Well, you proved me wrong. So great job. To keep track of something. Mantener el récord, la cuenta, controlar. Track, well, you've seen that anytime you downloaded music. Track 4, pista número 4. And to be from the wrong side or the other side of the tracks means you come from a pretty dangerous neighborhood, a neighborhood nobody really wants to go to. Excellent, excellent job. All right, let's check our spelling bee words as well. Now, these words obviously had something to do with radar and blips, right? Those bloop. Yeah, well, it's exactly why, because today, in 1986, the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, ¿te suena? Porta aviones, aircraft carrier, USS Enterprise becomes the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier to transit the Suez Canal. You know, the Suez Canal. And it navigated from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea to relieve another ship, no? Para relieve. How do you say this? Relieve. Cubrirle, no? To relieve from his duty. Aliviar. No, pero sí, aliviar también. Relevar. Sí, sustituir. Sí, porque es aliviar, pero en este caso es relevar. Okay? To relieve. Not relive. Relieve. Okay? That's why it's very important that we don't pronounce vivir como leave. It's live. To relive something is vivirlo de nuevo en tu memoria. To relieve someone is, hey man, take a break. We're going to take over. So number 1 was aircraft carrier, portaaviones. Number 2 was the name of the aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise. Number 3, nuclear powered. What does that mean? That means they don't have to come back to land for a while, right? Well, they don't need gasoline, petróleo. They run on nuclear power. Also, it's a floating bomb, right? So I imagine one part of you is like, oh, great. Wow, we've got, power for months and months and months. And another one is like, I hope nothing goes wrong with that generator. So it was the first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier to transit the Suez Canal, a very strategic canal, a waterway. And it navigated from the Red Sea, which was number 5, to the Mediterranean Sea, which I'm sure you're all familiar with if you live in Spain. So wonderful job as well in today's Spelling Bee. Born to Iron Man and Chris Valrol nailed it. All right, you know where we're going now? We are going to the movies. Name that movie. That's right, amigos. It's Name That Movie here on the show with no name. Are you ready? The wife of a university research scientist believes that her lakeside Vermont home is haunted by a ghost, or that she is losing her mind. All right, so the wife, la mujer, of a university research scientist, research is investigación, believes that her lakeside, now lakeside means al lado de un lago, o sea, and Vermont is a beautiful state in the northeast of the United States. So that her beautiful lakeside, bueno, yo añadí beautiful, her lakeside Vermont home is haunted, encantado, by a ghost, or that she is losing her mind, que se le va la olla, se le va la cabeza, se está volviendo loca. Let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen from this movie. All right, Dr. Stan Powell says, wait until you see this place. It's beautiful. Now, place puede ser lugar, pero también puede ser casa, apartamento. Do you want to go to my place or do you want to go to your place? De hecho, cuando yo estaba soltero, my place or yours? Okay. Cuando ya estaba el momento ahí. So wait until you see this place. En este caso está diciendo la casa. It's beautiful. And Claire says, it is beautiful. You'll see it. Lo verás. And Norman says, it's haunted. Okay, it's haunted. Está encantado. And Elena says, no. Is it really? ¿De verdad? And Norman says, well, Claire's hearing things. Claire oye voces, oye cosas, right? And Dr. Stan Powell says, what? Well, what are you hearing? ¿Qué es lo que oyes? And Claire says, I don't know. I heard voices, whispering. That's an onomatopoeic word, whispering. And a picture fell. Y se cayó un cuadro. And Elena says, not you, Elena, another Elena, says, I completely believe in that. Pues yo creo en eso totalmente. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in her. She's our movie queen. It's Chris Valrol. The movie is What Lies Beneath. What Lies Beneath. It's a movie that came out in the year 2000. I don't know what it's called in Spanish. Una casa encantada en Vermont. Sorry, I can't help it. No lo puedo evitar con la traducción de los títulos. Me supera. So, what lies beneath? ¿Qué vive? ¿Qué hay debajo? No es tumbado. En este caso, ¿qué está ahí? no? Debajo. What Lies Beneath. It's a movie that came out in the year 2000, starring Harrison Ford and the one and only Michelle Pfeiffer. And Chris, I knew you were going to tell us the title. Lo que la verdad esconde. Okay, it's not too different. At least it's not Una Casa Cachonda in Vermont. Excellent job. The movie is What Lies Beneath. Are you ready for some jokes? Let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
That's right, folks. You are joking. And what were we doing? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Okay, that wasn't a joke, but it was a play on words. Well, obviously, these are train jokes. Okay, these are jokes that have to do with trains, just like today's triple trouble. Y la expresión que podría haber sido un quadruple trouble, to lose your train of thought, perder el hilo, ¿no? ¿Qué decía? I'm sorry, what did I say? I lost my train of thought. Es una frase totalmente nativa. All right, well, let's see if you get these jokes. What do you call a train that can't stop sneezing? To sneeze, estornudar. What do you call a train that can't stop sneezing? A choo-choo train. A choo. No. No. A chew. A chew. Bless you. God, you can say God bless you or bless you. You say Jesus. We say God bless you or bless you. Okay. But do you get the joke? A chew is the sound, but also a choo-choo train es como decimos un tren, y más cuando eres pequeño. ¿Por qué? Choo-choo. Choo-choo. Yeah, that's right. The Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's a very famous song, by the way, in the American canon. So you get it? A choo-choo train, a choo. Choo-choo train. Okay. All right, here. I got another one for you. What's the difference between a railway security guard and a teacher? Okay, el segurata de los trenes and a teacher. Okay, what is the difference between a railway security guard, no guard, que lo hemos visto antes, and a teacher? Well, one minds the trains and the other trains the minds. It's so bad, it's good. One minds the trains, uno se preocupa de los trenes, one mind the gap, lo habéis visto hablando de trenes, de metros. So, prestar atención, estar al tanto de. One minds the trains and the other one trains the minds. A teacher trains, forma las mentes. All right, folks, it's time for famous birthday trivia. All right. Number one, this American actress was born today in 1958. The first time I remember seeing her was in the movie Scarface with Al Pacino. She played his cokehead wife. Cokehead, alguien que se mete mucha coca. Well, I think everybody in that movie, right? She was also in Grease 2, which I have to be honest, I've seen Grease a million times. I've never seen Grease 2. She was also in The Witches of Eastwick, Dangerous Liaisons. She played the Catwoman in Batman Returns. She was also in What Lies Beneath, today's Name That Movie. She was in Murder on the Orient Express. Hey, we were talking about trains, right? And, well, she is probably one of the most famous actresses of the last 3-4 decades, I would say. Number 2, this guy is probably one of the most famous country singers in the world. He had a duet with Julio Iglesias, with Julius Churches, and is To all the girls I loved before, they've traveled in and out my door. I'm glad they came along. That's why I sing this song. To all the girls I've loved before. He's got a ponytail, and man, the guy is a character. And he's done so many other songs. On the road again, Lord knows I'm on the road again. And last but not least, this British actor is amazing. One of the greatest actors, I think, in the history of cinema. He's got his formal training from the stage, which usually the best actors do come from the theater. He was in My Left Foot. He was also in There Will Be Blood. Si no has visto esta película, wow, sobre el petróleo. Oh my God. He was in Gangs of New York. He played the butcher. He was in Lincoln, In the Name of the Father, The Age of Innocence, The Crucible, The Boxer. And man, probably, as I said, one of the most talented actors. And that's hands down. Nadie te lo va a discutir, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Valrol. Number 1, Michelle Pfeiffer. Number 2, Willie Nelson. And number 3, Daniel Day-Lewis. And that's going to bring us right into today's Say What soundbite. This is Daniel Day-Lewis in the movie There Will Be Blood. Sé que no se traduce así, habrá sangre. If you have not seen this movie, it's awesome. And in this scene, he's telling his son, spoiler alert, that he's not his son, that he used him as a prop, como atrezo, right, to attract people so that he could buy land for his oil drilling, no, para buscar petróleo. So he goes, this anger, este enfado, esta rabia, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me, malos negocios, asuntos, no? We said the word dealings before. Backwards dealings with me, que no has ido de frente, ¿no? En tus negocios conmigo. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. O sea, te he encontrado en una cesta en medio del desierto. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land. Necesitaba una cara dulce para que me dejasen comprar esa tierra. Chris says it's pozos de ambición. Pues en inglés, y hay que verlo en inglés para ver su performance. Es increíble el tío. When I was preparing the show, I was like, oh, I got to watch this movie again. He's so scary. O sea, da miedo. Pozos de ambición. In English, There Will Be Blood. Here's birthday boy Daniel Day-Lewis.
This anger, your maliciousness, backwards dealings with me. You're an orphan from a basket in the middle of the desert. And I took you for no other reason than I needed a sweet face to buy land.
Folks, excellent job. What can I say? Wonderful, wonderful job. You should be proud of yourselves. I, as your teacher, am so proud of you. Keep up the great work. And tomorrow we'll be taking a look at our question of the week, where we're going to hear from so many of you. And I really look forward to that section, because one thing is seeing you write to us, and another thing is hearing your voice. And it's beautiful. And as I said before, you are always on my mind. Well, that is the song today. In fact, I was trying to give you a little clue. Today's Name That lyric is Always on My Mind. This is, of course, the Willie Nelson version, since it's his birthday. So thank you, folks. And we'll be back tomorrow with more. Stay tuned. Ciao for now.
Maybe I didn't love you